Hey everybody, it's me, I'm Derek. I run Stray Society Games, and tonight we are going to be continuing our deep dive into the Sunless Citadel for our Sunless Strahd campaign. But before we do that, we're gonna go down and do some introductions. So we're gonna start off with Chris. Chris, would you like to introduce yourself and your character?
This is Chris. My character name is Manure, and I am a Loxodon druid, star druid, basically.
Excellent. And Jennifer, would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Hi, this is Jennifer, and I am Penny Peanut Posy Poppy, your garden, and I am a rogue gnome.
Excellent. And we'll go down to Cosmic. Cosmic, would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Hello, I am Cosmic, currently playing Balthazar, our resident Azamar Grave Cleric.
Yes. And Migs?
Hello, I am Migs. I am playing Porum Fairy Fighter.
Yes. That'll bring us to RJ.
Hello, I am RJ. I am playing Aina, our enchantment wizard.
Yes, and last but not least, Corey.
Hello, I'm Corey. I'll be playing Ophelia Bellicor, our draconic sorcerer.
Yes, the whole party is all here today, and I'm very excited to see what direction they decide to take us in. Would any of you like to do a recap of our last session for one of those sweet, sweet DM inspirations? Going once? Going twice? All right.
I got it.
RJ will take it?
I'll take it.
Alrighty.
Go for it.
Alright. So, last session, after startling the small kobolds, we stumbled upon Ophelia quickly calmed them down by speaking in the kobold's native language. And we learned that their name is Skedden.
Yeah.
And after a really fun, brief, informational conversation, we were told about the kobolds group and a bit about the last adventuring party that went through.
Mm-hmm.
While making plans to talk to the kobold's leader, Eurosdale, the group decided that it was probably best to get the gnome first. And we disembarked through one of the doors that we were told the rats and goblins came through.
Yeah.
And as we looked around, looked at the fountains a little bit, we came across the big boy rat, big mama rat,
Mm-hmm.
and in true D&D fashion, shot first without asking questions.
Listen, we didn't shoot first. They attacked first. It just so happened that one of us crossed the line.
True, we invaded their territory and then shot them.
It all turned out
And,
fine.
Our friendly rat we made in our second session, first session, it died.
Yeah,
Oh,
didn't
wait.
like that you killed its mom.
We did gain the gnome, who we learned was named Erky Timbers,
Yes.
who actually healed some of us mid-fight, because Balthazar got bullied again.
It can't be helped. He just has one of those faces, you know?
I mean, no one knows behind a veil.
That's true! Well, no, Ina knows.
Yes, I knows.
Kinda knows. Everyone else can yeah.
After rescuing Erky, we the group headed back with dead rats in tow to feed the kobolds because they were starving and might as well make use of the corpses.
Mm-hmm.
And we were actually introduced to Eustace, who had something super shiny on them that I was really interested in. But that's, it's fine.
It's
And
fine.
they learned a little bit more about what was going on down there.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. That's where we are now.
Yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, the only things I'd say add is you discovered some russet mold growing where they had captured some of the attacking goblins. And yeah, y'all are all getting set up to have your very first long rest. They've got a big empty room, and it's right next to the room that had the weird set of armor that was looking in the corner. So you also have that to look at later, because you promised Peanut that you'd let them look in there. So we've got that to look forward to as well.
No, taking a look at the weeping angel, frickin' Blair Witch armor. Nothing can go wrong.
It'll be fine. But yeah, without further ado, definitely go ahead and give yourself that inspiration, RJ. As
I'll need
yeah,
it.
y'all are getting settled in for the night. Erky, looking pretty much like skin and bones, is setting down a little mat to sleep on, and y'all are all getting cozy in this, granted, a little bit dusty, somewhat cold room that y'all have made your own in the Citadel here. And yeah, I know y'all were very excited to do some role play, so go for it. Whatever y'all want to talk about.
As Erky's settling in, Balthazar's gonna reach in his bag and hand out another ration for the poor stick of a man.
Oh, thank you so
You'll need your
much.
strength.
Yeah, I definitely gonna need to recover some of my magic back for whatever we're gonna be getting into tomorrow. Kind of takes it with shaky hands and starts nibbling on it a little bit, trying to have a bit of composure and not just stuff it in his mouth. He looks pretty starved.
Yeah. If you don't mind my asking, before you were separated with your party, how much further did you get through the Citadel?
Truth be told, not much. That path we took up to the north, he kind of points up to the door that y'all got a key to. Not the dragon door, but the one that they have a kobold guarding. It's up down this hallway. He would say, just past that, there's a guard room. We managed to take out the guards there and get past that, but there's a real big opening on the other side of that. And there's a lot of goblins in there, being led by a hobgoblin named Dern, I think his name was. Yeah, captured us, locked me away with our ranger, Caracas, but ended up taking Silverain and Sharwin somewhere else. Probably further down into that pit, if I had to guess.
Were they still conscious, alive, or completely? Yeah, Balthazar kind of trails off.
He says they were still alive when I last heard them talk, but I heard some of the goblins talking about some kind of experimentation. I'm pretty worried about them.
No, that's understandable. Balthazar's gonna lean back against the wall and raises a hand to rub at his brow.
How'd you end up with the rats?
Well, first they took Caracas, our ranger. They injected him with something. I don't know what it was, but if I had to guess, he was the reason why their mother looked as diseased as she did. Because they took him there first. And after that, they did the same to me. I had enough magic on me and enough medical know-how to fix it up on myself before whatever they put in me could really spread. But I think their leader, Block, was trying to use me as some sort of offering to them, trying to get the rats to follow him. They're not really smart enough to know that they were eating diseased food. But and you can watch as he kind of curls himself up into a ball a little bit. He's a very frightening individual to be around.
Did not follow Block as your group leader?
No. We were here to stop him. And to save the kobolds. They'd been trapped down here for a while before we got here, but from what they told us, when they opened that pit shortly after Block showed up with his forces, goblins and werewolves, I think, they ended up breaking the bridge that was the escape and summoning all those vultures. So yeah, we came to try and help the kobolds get out and put a stop to all that, but I guess we weren't really cut out for the task. And he'll kind of trace little shapes in the dust with a finger as he says that.
Porum will just walk up to him and place a hand on his shoulder for reassurance. And he'll bend down to Erky and just ask him, did a man named Radoth by chance hire you for that? Like, how did you hear about the kobold situation?
Well, the Miners Guild has been looking for people to come help out. They ended up hiring us. I don't know anyone named Redoff, but we basically, he kind of scratches his head and winces a little bit thinking about it. We kind of jury-rigged a ballista with a rope tied to it. We tried to, like, zip line our way across. One of our party members fell while we were doing it. We had a little camp, though. We ended up climbing up after we did our little zip line thing. Not too far from here, and he sort of starts to begin to describe the place that y'all got your all those climbing tools from, Ina. We checked back once before we did our sort of assault. Seemed somebody had cut our rope, so we couldn't really use that to try and help the kobolds out. We kind of just left the ballista up there, unguarded. Wasn't the most thought out thing. Somebody probably stole it. And he just kind of rubs the back of his head, rethinking his life choices.
Do we remember seeing the ballista?
No.
I don't-
You didn't.
Yeah, I don't think he saw the ballista.
Stolen.
Yeah.
It's either stolen or we just never noticed because we're all low perception rolls.
It's a finer.
Finer sees all.
The wise quotation marks.
Oh, yes. He's very wise.
Could
So-
you... Oh, go ahead, Poppy.
So, Erky, was there anything else in the room with the big rat? Was the big rat sitting on a nest? Or is there anything else in the room that maybe we might have missed?
Well, I don't know if they would have eaten all of Caracas's things. I tried not to look in that direction very much, but there's a chance that maybe he had something on him. Other than that, it was mostly, half-eaten bones and things like that they were collecting to make their nest, that I could see at least.
Oh,
So
so Balak or the goblins injected your ranger and fed him to the rat.
Mm-hmm. And he nods his
And
head.
then they injected you, but your magic protected you. But how did you end up inside the cage? How was the rat supposed to eat you if you're in the cage?
Oh, I think he was waiting for the mother to, have her babies. They're small enough to get through the bars. I tried not to think about that too much, and he just kind of curls into a little fetal position as he's thinking about it.
It's okay. It's not easy to think when you're faced with what could be your
Yes.
last moments.
Yeah.
Sorry, Erky, I don't mean to upset you.
Oh, it's okay. I want to give you all the information I can. It's been a long week. He just kind of
Yeah.
takes another
Would
little
you-
nibble.
would
Hey,
you like
hey.
for us to if we end up finishing here, would you like for us to perhaps collect your friend's remains and perhaps give them a proper burial? And Balthazar's gonna reach into his bag again and pulls out not a flask, but like this small jar
Mm-hmm.
and like a flat cup, and pours some of the liquid from the jar and holds it out for Erky. Something to calm your nerves.
Yeah, and he'll gingerly take it, try not to have his hand shake too much, and he'll take a little sip and say thank you.
It is sake. It is
yes.
alcohol.
He will drink the alcohol. Not too much, but he will have a little bit. I'll say that would be a good thing to do when there's time to do it and a proper place to bury him. There's not too many good places here. I will say he's definitely the utilitarian type, so if it means stopping the people who did this to him, if you do find something, he would probably want you to use it. The only thing I'd say that you should keep is he had a ring that was important to him, so we'll probably want to save that.
Take back his stuff when Erky's finished with it.
By the way, Penny, it is still in your hair, and Erky will tell you that he likes your sunflower.
So I'm going to take it out of my hair, and I'm going to turn to Erky, and I'm going to kind of tuck it behind his ear. And Erky, here's something to help make you a little happier. Maybe.
Thank
Aw.
you. And he does give you like a little sheepish smile. You know, you brought a little bit of light into his somewhat rained upon heart. He's got a little smile and gives you a very thankful look at that.
And then
Oh yes.
And then in Gnomish, can I look at him and say in Gnomish that we can just, and we'll both look, I'll kind of point towards Porum, and in Gnomish, I'll let Erky know that we can just ask Porum to make us flowers whenever we want.
He'll let
And he
out.
was talking in a strange language and pointing directly at someone. Definitely
Yeah.
not suspicious behavior.
Yeah, he'll let out a little laugh at that, then a gnomish say. We'll have to make a full bouquet one day.
Definitely.
Orm just looks at both of them confused.
It's
Who's
a
dinner
good
tonight?
flower.
And Posey just smiles and waves at Porum.
He'll wave back, just very awkwardly.
So I'm sitting next to Ina, and I kind of have my head leaned against Ina's arm. I'm gonna look at Ina and ask, Ina, are you okay? You seemed a little out of it. I tried to get you out of it. I'm sorry, but I kind of smacked you. I don't know if you felt it, but I didn't mean to hurt you. I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Oh, I know, Penny. I felt it. You have a good arm on you.
What's going on? What were you doing? What's the matter?
I was getting a different perspective on something.
Well, are you better now?
For now. And Ina's actually gonna pull out the dead vulture that he's been carrying around and start plucking it. Just break it down so before it starts to rot.
You were acting
Pick up
rather
one of the vulture's
strangely.
feathers and stick it in my bag.
You
To add to
were
my
acting
collection.
strangely back when we were meeting with. I can't pronounce her name in my head. What was it again?
Eustrail.
You were acting strangely when we were meeting. Eustrail.
Was I? Oh. Just keeps going, plucking the feathers. And you do notice they glance over to Biner a couple times to stare and just kind of narrow their eyes, but seems pretty content to just pluck feathers violently.
Yes, maintaining murderous urges.
Oh yes.
Erky,
Uh-huh.
uh, was there a certain religion that your ranger friend followed? Is there a certain burial practice you would prefer, or is the typical practice of Lathander Church okay?
I think that should be okay. He was a particularly godly person, so I don't think he'd mind too much as long as his body isn't, being all necromancy to like hurt somebody or something.
I do have the means to do a bit of funeral rites for him, if need be.
Be nice.
So
If you
After
do to
our
have his
rest-
soul unappeased.
So after our rest, do you think we should go back and find his remains in the room and put him to rest and then just search for anything else?
We could. I will say it'll be hard to really bury him here. It's a lot of stone.
We could
But-
cremate him.
Yeah, we could do that.
We'd have to take him out towards one of the bigger areas back where we came from if we're going to cremate him.
Yeah.
But if you'd like, we could certainly do that tomorrow. Or, I suppose, when we next wake. It's hard.
It is a little hard to tell in here. They do kind of just blend together.
Is there anything else that you can tell us about what's past the door that you guys went through besides the goblins? Any traps, any layout you remember by chance?
Yeah, there's like this long hallway. It's got some torches. And then there's a big wooden door, and that's where all the goblins were behind it. There were some doors to the north too. That's what really got us. Those, after the alarm went up, basically, those opened up, and there were some goblins there that had these weird sort of magical items they must have found further below or something. Use some kind of alchemy. I think they had fire. A lot of fire.
Interesting.
Minor, what are you doing over there?
Oh, I'm just writing some sayings in my language to protect us and have our ancestral spirits watch over us while we sleep tonight.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Helps
What do
make
they
me feel
say?
safer.
What? Well, what do they say?
They're not too complex. It's literally basically heavenly stars, forefathers, please put your gaze onto us, protect us of evil, let us have sweet dreams, and may we wake strengthened and bonded together for future days.
You know, That's a lot more encouraging than what I grew up with.
And what would that be? Did your forefathers like threaten you or something and beat you or something?
May your bones return to the earth, yet your meat go to the wolves.
Oh, I mean, that's comforting.
Cycle of life.
Cute Lion King.
Doesn't sound all too bad, I don't think.
It's.
Why? Want to say
I
that
find it
part before
comforting.
you're dead.
What was that, Penny?
I don't think I'd want to say that prayer before I rested for the night. I kind of like my nurse a little bit better. Sorry.
Well, it sounds
None taken.
it sounds like Ina's saying fits more for perhaps funerary rites.
Oh no, we tell small children that when they go to sleep. It's just blank face, just watching.
It's true, Peaches says.
That explains a lot.
Quite a bit.
His eyes scrunch, kind of like he's holding in a smile, and then turns to Ophelia and holds out the vulture, the defeathered vulture, and is like, you're good with fire.
That I am. Need me to strike up like a small camping fire for us to cook with.
You can. I was just honestly wondering if you could just, if it would take as much damage to cook it with a firebolt versus a fire. Like if it's a flash, like a quick flash finish.
Gotcha. One firebolt equals
Microwave.
Walter.
Yes. Just stuff it in the oven for a couple of seconds at like 600 degrees. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Use prestidigitation to microwave it.
Shame none of us have that spell.
Nope.
Oh.
We're dirty in blood and gong.
Yeah, if you trust my aim enough, I'll light it for you. Derek, how do you want me to roll for it?
I would
not to matter.
say roll a survival just to see how well you cook it. I'll say you
Oh,
probably
boy.
don't hit Ina with it.
I would love if they exploded the bird. Just if they go wrong.
Hey, you did it!
How do you slow roast? But fast, though.
Slow roast.
I kind of like to think that it's like a continual casting of firebolt, but like, like Ina has to hold it and rotate it as I'm just
Good rotisserie vulture.
Oh no.
Balthazar's opening like the doorway to let the smoke out.
Yeah.
And the
one
smell.
vulture.
Yeah, for a vulture, it looks somewhat appetizing. I mean, there wasn't really any like spices or anything on it. So, it's cooked meat, but you're pretty sure that it won't give you salmonella.
Avoid the pink stuff.
How would Gordon Ramsay feel about it, Derek, besides the lack of spices?
It's fucking raw.
Yeah, he wouldn't shout it's fucking raw.
Or
But he
lamb
would
sauce.
he would call you a donkey.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. On my Gordon Ramsay rating
Where's
scale.
the sauce?
I mean,
Go ahead,
well, I was just gonna say I can make some rosemary bloom and have some rosemary with it. Way it's not as dry.
Yeah, you can do that. You can sprinkle a little bit of that on it. Though you are sprinkling on after it's cooked, so it's a little like
Yeah.
Salt.
yeah.
the reverse way to do it.
Yeah.
Listen, we're just doing everything backwards. It's fine.
It's edible. And Anna's gonna put it down on like a small some paper that he had in they had in their bag, and just kind of like parchment place it, and it's like, all right, done. Pulls off some pieces and starts eating it.
I've never tried to use firebolt like that. The best I've done is like she'd put her two fingers together and make like a very short flame spark up from them. It's just being like is when I've had to like cauterize wounds. But the principle was still the same, just with a vulture.
You cauterized its whole body, Urki
Exactly.
says.
The odd way of looking at cooking.
Magic should be experimented with. It's a waste to leave it doing one thing when it can do a lot of things.
I'm gonna grab a piece of that vulture meat.
Oh, you're more
She'll
than
just-
welcome to.
I mean, I cooked it.
No, I could just say no.
Now, children, behave.
She'll just go grab.
I'm 60
Balthazar's
years
looking-
old. Please do not call me a child.
You're a child to me.
And you're a monster to Skedden.
That is true.
But Balthazar's looking at Forum. How old are you, Forum?
Oh, I'm pretty young for being a fairy and all. I'm only 23.
His face can't be seen, but his expression is just like you were baby. His eyes go to his eyes go to Penny. And you, Penny? I mean, how old
20?
are you?
20?
Small
Sorry,
baby.
And Balthazar takes a deep breath and lets it out slowly.
Balthazar.
Well,
That begs
How
the
old are you?
question. Yeah, what Porum said. How old are you?
28. 29 soon.
Young.
Happy birthday.
He lets out a little huff. Not yet, but not so young, really, I know.
Well, as y'all all contemplate your various ages, eating on your little cooked vultures and whatnot, I do think Urki, being absolutely exhausted, is going to start drifting off to sleep. Y'all are welcome to roleplay as much as you like. Just let me know when you'd like me to start ticking the clock towards the next day.
Yeah.
I'll go over. I'm going to take my cape off and I'm going to drape it over Urki. to keep him warm.
Oh, he does like a little snuggle with it, though he's already asleep. Seems to appreciate it. Giving him them sweet dreams.
Balthazar's looking at Erky and glances back out the door and kind of sighs before taking more of his alcohol, pouring it into the cup and drinking it all down.
I guess the question to be asked is, are we going to take watch, or are we going to completely trust our hosts?
I mean, it's just one door.
You
Does-
all
can always
could-
put-
I can.
We could have Banur sleep in front of it.
Good thing great minds think alike, Porum. I was just going to suggest that.
How's Ophelia?
Sorry, Celia.
It's okay, Poppy. We're all tired.
Yes, very much so.
Does the door open out or does it open in?
We'll say it opens in, so if you do want to sleep in front of it, you'd probably do a pretty good job barricading it.
I'll do that.
Alright.
Should we
We'll
come up
wander
with a
over.
Balthazar is moving towards the other wall. He and Biner can swap. 'Cause-
Should we come up for a game plan tomorrow? Sorry, Cosmic.
No, it's fine. We can certainly try and plan out what we're going to do. I think, or at least I would like to commit the rites for Erky's friend before we do anything else. I'd rather not let a potential soul turn to resentment, and rather than well, he kind of shrugs, kind of losing his train of thought with a bit of his tiredness as he rubs his brow again.
I get what you're saying.
Go see if
I'd
the
rather
key
put him
was
to
in
the.
that door.
And we also have to check out the suit of armor. You promised me the suit of armor.
We did promise Poppy the suit of armor.
Did promise that suit of armor.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can go take care of Erky's friend and check the room out, and come back and check out the suit, then head towards the door with the dragon for the key that the key goes to.
Yeah.
I think that's a good plan.
We'll have to be cautious of what's on the other side of that door, but I don't mind. As he's saying it, Balthazar's kind of eyeing Aina and trying to see what his reaction is, or their reaction is.
Same.
There's not exactly a exterior reaction so much as their eyes get a little wider and just kind of glance towards Biner again, and then look down at their hands.
Okay, there, right?
Tired. Hurt. Not as hurt as probably Balthazar.
I've dealt with worse. This is fine.
Well, if that's the case, how get some shut eye then?
Of course. And they're gonna lean against the wall where they are, kind of feeling a little boxed in. But they do pull out like a notebook and just kind of write in it for a bit.
All right. Got some notebook writing. Biner is barricading the door a little bit. Everybody's getting some shut-eye. Is anyone staying awake to keep watch? Is anyone doing anything over the course of the
Balthazar.
night?
I was gonna say
Balthazar's
Ophelia's also
staying
gonna
up.
stay awake.
All right.
no.
Are you
Uh,
forgoing a long rest? Are you not sleeping at all? Because you would get exhaustion if you do that.
Balthazar's not gonna forgo rest, but he is keeping an eye on Aina and sort of posing himself, like just kind of relaxing back against the wall, and sort of looks like he's going to fall asleep sitting up. Takes advantage of his veil to not actually sleep just yet, just in case.
Okay, so y'all are playing sleep chicken. I see. Excellent. Aina, do you think that you would be planning on doing anything this night?
More so in the middle of the night, I would think Ina would wake up from like cold sweat from thinking about the key and try to rummage through Binar's person, like to see if it was on him.
Okay.
Just in that pure madness of gotta find the key.
Gotcha. In that case, Balthazar and Ophelia, we'll have the two of you roll me a perception. We'll say that it needs to be higher than a 10 to see if you fall asleep or not while you're pretending not to fall asleep.
Okay.
Oh man,
Ophelia
fell
fell
asleep.
asleep.
Hell yeah! Balthazar is well versed in not actually sleeping for reasons.
All right. So Einar, as the night goes on and everybody is drifting off, Porum is on a beautiful bed of grass and flowers that they've made with druid craft. Penny is leaning their head on Einar's arm, which is interesting. So Einar, you wake up in a cold sweat. Are you the type that would look around before you get up, or do you think you're just gonna beeline it? Are you gonna try to gently lift Penny's head off of you?
Ina's nature itself is a watcher of sorts, so they're definitely gonna glance around to see if anyone's awake.
Okay. So Balthazar, if you are...
Did I say Balthazar is just sleeping very lightly? He is paying attention, but is also just eyes
Not
lightly closed. Not nodding off, but it's just his eyes are closed and he's aware of his surroundings, but it's not the full sort of deep sleep that people get,
In that case, I would say if Einar manages to roll a stealth well enough, they could get up and do things without you noticing.
Yeah.
But, yeah. You also have Penny's head on you, though. So if you want to lift Penny without waking her up, you'll need to do a sleight of hand for me.
Of course, I'm gonna try to trade out my arm for Peaches as a couple buddy as I'm sleight of handing.
All right.
Peaches is gonna get squished.
Peaches will give you the help action.
16.
All right.
Nice.
Penny, if you would like to wake up, you can roll a perception to see if your perception's a little bit higher, and maybe you'll rouse yourself awake as this is going on.
Okay.
Oh, you're sleeping like a baby. Now you're cuddling with a big bird. All right, Einar, would you like to stealth your way over to Biner?
Absolutely, I will attempt it.
Okay.
Not a stealth character. Not a stealth character.
Oh Lord. So yeah, you start making your way over. Balthazar, are you just gonna continue pretending to be asleep? Or are you gonna say something?
He's not gonna say something yet, but hearing Aina start to move, and he probably knows it's Aina just from the direction it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna blink awake, and like he's not gonna move. He's gonna stay still, but from under the brim of his hat, he is watching Aina.
Alright. So you managed to get over there. And yeah, if you want to look through Biner's stuff, I would say that'd be a sleight of hand. Biner, you can roll a perception, I would say, to see if you notice that you're being fondled upon.
14. Oh god.
Yeah, something's touching your trunk, buddy.
And he'll just say when he's reaching around, he'll be like, "If you're looking for the key, it's under my ass. You know, dig deep if you want to get it." And he won't even open his eyes, and he'll just sit there.
What is your obsession with this key, Aina? Did that portrait do something to you? Balthazar still hasn't moved. He's just saying that out loud.
I'm sorry, I'm reading an action real something real quick.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no!
Okay. Before I was gonna say before Balthazar can even speak, it's very much an automatic reaction for Aina. But a soft dwarven hymn comes out in like a very low tone towards Biner. And I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom save, Biner.
That's
Right,
okay.
well,
Is that like the charm?
Yeah, before we do that, I do want to say any PvP, I do need to make sure we've got, both parties are consenting. So are you cool with going in this direction?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
All right.
Is that considered being charmed?
It is a charm.
It is.
All right, because I get advantages against being charmed or frightened as a Lexodon.
Well,
Very
that's cool.
nice.
So
Sucks
wisdom?
for me, but that's cool.
You said
Yes.
wisdom?
Yeah.
Extra soft for you.
The
That's a
butt will
pretty
not
song.
move.
That's a pretty song. If you want to go back to your corner now, I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna hear just a sigh.
I'm gonna just say, I'm just gonna retroactively move the Balthazar's words after that, as he lifts his head towards Aina. I will assume it's very shadowed, so like just from under the veil, you see just the slight dim ring of silver where his eyes would be.
It's hard to explain. I feel very compulsed to find the key to open the tomb since I touched that painting portrait. And it's consuming.
So I've seen. At the very least, we are heading towards that direction. If it might help ease that compulsion.
It does and it doesn't. Knowing the outcome of we'll eventually get there puts a slight ease, but the compulsion to do it now is very strong. Enough where I know I am not at 100% yet, but I still want to go, want to get there, want to put the key in the lock, open whatever's behind that door.
Hmm. I'm unfortunately not well versed in psychology, but what would help at least calm that compulsion? You will need your sleep for the morrow if we are planning to go through that door and whatever dangers might lie beyond.
Perhaps the key will ease my mind. I tried going through the motions I learned so many years ago that helps my mind not break, and it's horrible. It's not working.
Balthazar's gonna eye Aina. Uh, how do I tell if he's being honest about it? I know it'd be an insight check, but I'm just like,
Yeah, you can roll an insight.
please, nope.
Yeah, you can say if you think a 10 would reveal anything or not. That'll be your choice.
There is a genuineness to his words about some things that he's saying. Hard to decipher which things, but there's genuineness.
Balthazar size. Well, that we could give you the key, but, well, Spiner is a heavy man to lift.
That's why we put him in front of the door. But if there's ever a fire, we all die.
Well, we simply keep Ophelia from setting anything on fire.
Just a general question: would Ina recognize the difference between the two keys?
Probably if you saw them, because he was oogling the dragon key.
There is
Okay.
a physical difference between the two keys.
Yeah, I knew there was. I just didn't know if.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like one also has, like, triggers the compulsions more readily than the other, so.
Yes.
I just knew that it was last seen on Benur, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Balthazar just kind of reaches out to Aina and hesitantly rests a hand on her shoulder. Try and rest. We'll need it for the morning.
I suppose you're right. And he's, pulls out his book again and is just flipping through, you can recognize as spells, trying to decide what one would prepare for the day, or just kind of, it's easy to tell it's a comfort thing to go over the spells and just look at them.
Balthazar is gonna wait until Aina looks to be asleep before he goes to sleep himself.
Right. Would you say Ina does go to sleep this time for realsies?
For realsies, yeah, because I can't run around with no spells and 5 health.
Yeah.
Sure you can.
As he watches Aina tuck down, Balthazar's just gonna start humming something under his breath and leans back.
Right?
Sounds like sounds like it could be a hymn or simply a lullaby. Who knows?
Oh, y'all could start a quartet. But yeah, as you sing go to sleep, everybody, give yourself all the benefits of a long rest. As the next morning question mark comes around, again, it's hard to tell. Y'all are inside and very far away from the sun. But UDC's folks begin sort of rousing themselves to sleep. Urki seems to be in higher spirits. Some point during the night, the little flower that Penny had given him has made its way from his ear, and it now rests in his beard. Um, but yeah, it is the morning, and y'all can decide what y'all want to do next. Do you want to go down to the armor in that one room? Do you want to go up to investigate the rat hideout? What are y'all getting up to?
Well,
I
first,
feel like we should.
Oop.
Oh, go ahead.
First, Penny stands up and stretches, looks over at Porum and says, I want a bed like that next time. And where did Peaches come from? And where'd Ina go? And what's going on? I'm so confused.
Just gonna see Ina just leaned up in the middle of the night. When they fell asleep, they eventually fell towards Balthazar. So they're just leaning on him.
Aw. Balthazar is slightly tipping towards Ina as well, but his head is leaning back against the wall. His head has slid up and a little back, so his face is a little bit clearer in view. But he does wake up first at Penny's voice and looks over to her and puts a finger to his lips as he glances down at Ina.
Wake up! Peaches says wake up! Peaches is gonna fly over and start pecking Ina's forehead.
Balthazar kind of looks at Peaches and like waves the bird away. Your bird is very rude.
He takes after someone that I knew.
Balthazar will not. Feeling better.
It's a new day. It's a new day. It's very obvious Ina is not a morning person.
Balthazar kind of snorts, and once Ina is of his own strength, he'll get up and stretch.
If you want an apple,
I'd love an apple.
he'll reach in his bag and toss an apple over to Urki and take one out for himself. Anyone else?
It's been so long since I've had fruit. Just going to savor every bite.
Ina's just gonna hold out their hands to catch one.
He'll toss one over. Light toss.
Thanks. I don't think my hand could take that.
Take one before tossing. It seems like you two got pretty close last night, it seems. Orb says, like, looking towards Balthazar and Einer.
Don't worry, Porum. I will forever think about your wings in the dead of night to cuddle with. Just a blank face. Just...
I don't think those wings would be all too good for cuddling, but midnight circumstances, let's call it that. And Balthazar reaches out and gives Porum a pat on the head, kind of sleepily, as he tries to kind of waves Biner to like scoot over so we can open the door, please.
He'll lift a butt cheek up and pull the key out. And then
Oh,
he'll stand up and
That was on the
question
game.
yeah, no, Balthazar's blinking and looks up at Biner. I thought you weren't being serious when you said it was under your ass.
Well, I mean, what's the safest place? How are you going to move an 800-pound dead weight elephant to get something that small? So I figured the safest place to keep it.
You know, he's not wrong. I did need help across the trap.
Balthazar will just nod it. Well,
I'm not called the
no,
wise for
no.
no reason.
I love it.
Balthazar's looking away and looking to Urki.
Derek, question for
No
you.
comment.
Yes.
With my passive perception, when Ina was basically harassing me for the key,
Yes.
could I have sensed Ophelia kind of just shifting around, being uncomfortable?
Yeah, since you were awake at that point, I would say that you could.
Okay. So he'll turn to Ophelia and say, "Did you sleep all right last night? You seem to be a little restless."
You know, I never thought I would miss my bed so much. And it's only been the first night.
Well, that's true. You probably never slept on stone, have you?
No. No, I have not.
What would you sleep on in the water? Just out of curiosity.
A waterbed.
Just no thought, just automatic waterbed.
Fucking hate it.
I thought it'd be like a big, like, clam shell mouth.
Yeah.
Mermaid.
I was thinking kelp.
Oh yes, we have kelp sheets.
The insight check to see if you're fucking with us.
Okay.
I feel like she wouldn't be.
Ah!
Ophelia, how does this natural one, how do you come off?
Oh, I'm just totally telling the truth.
Wait!
Absolute truth.
I'm a halfling!
Yeah, you are.
You are
Are you gonna reel it?
Do it. Do it, coward.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm still telling the truth, so.
That's amazing.
Wonderful. Beautiful.
Both ends of the spectrum.
How do you feel about that nat 20, RJ?
feel robbed, but it's Corey, so I'll give it to him. Kick me while I'm down.
Well, I think we
It's
said
not-
we were going to the rats to find Herky's friend's body and put it somewhere safer. Is that a first choice then?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and Binor, I know I said rather plainly, but the beds that I usually sleep on are water beds wrapped in a very lovely jellyfish skin that is soft. And it really makes for a great night's sleep.
That sounds a little better. I'll be honest. I pictured you just kind of floating in water, and that was your bed. So that makes more sense to me.
We're gonna
Thank you for
do
clarifying.
a little walking and talking, if that's okay with y'all.
Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, Urky's gonna make sure Penny gets her blanket back and just say thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and we're also gonna go ahead and, mention briefly, I suppose, as y'all are going past, back into this room, just because there's some stuff y'all haven't explored yet, just reminding you that it's there, Y'all go past the big carpet. You see some things of interest surrounding you in here, which is the fountain on the right here, and then there is a door to the left with an engraving on it. And I don't think I actually described that too much. So the carvings on the western door show skeletal dragons. And there is an inscription on the door written in Draconic. And I know we have people who can read Draconic. That reads, "Rebuke the dead, open the way." Like so. And Binur.
I'm going to look at everybody, and what does that door say? Anybody?
Says revoke the dead and open the way.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Sounds like Balthazar's alley.
Also
What
say,
it means to me is we come back to it because we have a task today.
You're so
We have
impatient.
many tasks.
It is on the way, though.
I will also say, Binur, because you have that very high passive perception, the air is noticeably colder as you pass the door.
He'll mention that to everyone.
Mm-hmm. But while y'all think on that, because, you know, you're going to have to go past it again on your way back anyway, we're going to just move y'all up to this room. Nobody falls in the traps. I know it looks like some of you are on the trap. Don't worry. The rat is dead. I don't know why the rat is there like that. It got blown up and turned into a bunch of baby rats. But
Tremor's way.
yeah, as you look into this room, folks who want to investigate can roll investigation to dig around this filthy rat nest.
Oh my god! Reroll
Reroll.
that.
All right. Excellent. That'll be 21. Got one from Penny as well. Perfect. So, let's see here. Oh, yes. So, it'll take you guys about 10 minutes to scour the room, but with all the investigations you've made, you are going to find quite a few things. You would find, first things first, you'd find about 312 silver pieces scattered about the nest,
Ooh.
as well as 68 gold pieces. Let's see here. Penny would find 3 red gems that you can assume these red gems seem to be rubies and are worth 25 gold each.
I'm gonna pocket those.
Yes. So that's something that Penny finds. Let's go with Balthazar. Balthazar, you would find a gold ring on a finger bone that has been stripped of all flesh. And it just has the letter K on it. Finger.
Balthazar is gonna take the ring and put it into like the open flap of his outerwear for the time being, but he is also going to keep the bones and is like trying to see if he can find more to intern, essentially, so that we can collect the poor gnome's stripped friend.
There's a lot of bones in here of various ages. So roll me a medicine to see how much of the skeleton you can get together, because these have all been like picked clean.
Could I help them?
Absolutely. Medicine with advantage.
All right. 18.
Nice. So yeah, you get most of a full skeleton together that, Urki kind of tells you what he looked like, and you're pretty sure you've got most of it. Again, it seems like the rats kind of maybe all decided to take their own little pieces of him and, eat them up.
Yeah.
But you feel like you've got a decent enough thing as you're getting it all together.
To keep the bones together, Balthazar is going to take out like a wide bit of cloth. Looks like it could have been an old like a ratty old blanket,
Mm-hmm.
but and uses that to keep the bones together. But for the rest, he's gonna collect the rest of the bone piles and like put it into an actual pile.
Nice. All right. And then the last thing that could be found is what Biner finds. Biner, you find a rotting pouch that contains 17 gold and a potion of healing. The good stuff. And y'all do have a party loot document, so if you want to put some of that money just to sit in the party loot, you can. For the majority of the money that y'all find, that's probably what you're going to want to do. But I know Penny's pocketing the gems, so Biner, if you want to pocket the 17 gold, you can. Or if you want to give the healing to someone else, you can do that as well.
I used my potion already. I'll
Hold on
hold
to
it for now.
All right.
Yeah.
And yeah, after a good, 10-15 minutes, y'all are pretty sure that you have picked the place clean, so to speak.
Yeah. Balthazar's gonna look at the pile of bones, like the other pile of bones he's made with the older one,
Mm-hmm.
and as he like sort of hops out, or before he hops out, he puts aside the bag of bones of Urki's friend, and gets out a flask of holy water, and does essentially a SparkNotes version of a funeral rite, just to cleanse the place.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of he waits until everyone's out of the room before he does it, mumbling to himself in Celestial the right phrases
Yeah.
before putting the flask away and then hopping out of the room and looking to Ophelia. Could you perhaps set it ablaze, make sure the ashes are cleansed, or make sure the bones have been turned to ash?
Of course.
I've already cleansed what I could with the time we have.
I'll do everything that you ask of me, and should go in and
Thank you.
with the utmost respect, still like cast firebolt on pardon me, onto the bones, making sure to be yet again, just be as respectful and courteous of the death as possible, and trying to honor what Balthazar wanted.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As he watches it, he grabs the moon part of his holy symbol beads and brings it up to his lips and just kind of mumbles, "May you take them into your arms, my lady." And watches the fire go before turning to Urki.
Thank you. I hope he can rest in peace.
Yeah. He kind of reaches into his robes and pulls out the ring. "I think this should go to you."
Oh. Yeah, I'll make sure that the proper people get it once we can get out of here. He gives a little nod. should we start heading back? I don't.
Yeah,
really-
while we head back, can you point out how the goblins brought you here? Like which path?
Yeah, and he will do that. In fact, move you all down the hall a little bit. We'd point to that door there.
I think we should come back later and investigate this path.
Mhm.
Did we bar the door?
I'm not sitting here all
What?
day.
No, obviously not, Biner. Biner the wise, but not Biner the intelligent. There has to be something to block the door or just prevent it from being opened.
Does it open our direction or does it open the other way, Derek?
You haven't seen this one open, so it's hard to say.
Is there
Can I?
stones over here?
There are, but it would take a good amount of time to start piling them, and it also might make some noise doing that. So if you'd like to risk that, y'all can.
I was going to ask if I could just walk up to the door and put my ear to it to see if there's anything I can hear on the other side.
Sure. Roll me a perception.
Nope.
Are the hinges
Okay.
on the... Are there hinges on the door facing us?
There
Like-
are hinges on the door facing you, yes.
Alright, so it opens out.
As for Ophelia, you hear the cold silence of death.
Okay. I don't hear anything, but my hearing can be quite shit sometimes.
Forum, how long does a druid craft last? It's been a while since I've been around druids.
It doesn't last that long. Let me see. Oh, actually, it can last as long as 24 hours. Let me just put it on here real quick so Derek can double check.
You can create a harmless sensory effect that predicts the weather at your location for the next 24 hours. The duration, it seems, is mostly instantaneous. Yeah. So,
If it opens outwards, because the hinges are on our side, would you say that the doorway is about a quarterstaff length or one of Ina's stilts length?
yeah, sure.
I will sacrifice one of my stilts to jam it in between the door frame so the door can't open outward.
Okay. Would you like to roll an athletics to see how good you jam it in there?
Oh.
I'll help you out.
Oh god, thank you for the help. I hope it doesn't go poorly. 13.
Okay. I'll mark that down for later. Now then, are we going to the dragon room or are we going to look at the suit of armor?
We're going to get the suit of armor. We're going to check out the suit of armor.
All right.
As we're passing by, could Balthazar take a glance at the carving on the door and just out of curiosity and just with just a little bit of caution cast spare the dying on it to see if it does anything. It would have no effect, but it says to rebuke the dead.
It does say to rebuke the dead. Okay, give me 1 second to read a thing. Alright. You would cast it on the door. However, it does not seem to affect anything, sadly.
Alright. He'll just slide his hand back into his sleeve and keep walking with the rest.
Alright. So, just to double check, we are going to the armor, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your Blair Witch armor.
The Blair Witch armor.
Yes, the Weeping Angel armor.
Who's going to open the door?
Penny.
I'm gonna
Yeah, Penny.
And Penny.
I assume
I'm sure
this
she
much.
ran ahead of all of us and opened that door before we can even catch up to her.
Excellent.
Yep.
So, Penny, how are you opening this door?
I'm gonna basically just run up to the door and just like swing it open really
Excellent.
wide.
As you swing it open, you would see that the armor is now in the center of the room. Its legs are together, and it has both of its arms extended outward, right at shoulder level, and it is staring into the same corner.
What's it doing? The Macarena?
It's
It is.
T-pose.
It is T-posing, and it is right
Oh
there.
my god.
So it's in the center of the room with its arms and straight out in front of him, pointing in which corner?
Arms are straight out to its sides.
Oh, straight out to its side.
Oh, it is literally T-pose.
It is T-posing.
Oh my god.
And it is looking into the same corner it was before, which is this corner. Fact.
I think we need to look in the corner. Keep staring at that corner.
Should we just take turns keeping an eye on it, and when we need to blink, just let someone know, type of thing?
You could.
Can I walk up to the armor and just like look at it, tap it, see if it does anything or has anything?
Yeah, you can roll investigation.
Okay, just a second.
Right. It's kind of old, rusted armor, but still functional. It's plate. It is, again, very strange that it is keeping its form. There isn't anything that should be, like, holding it together the way it is, really. There's no, like, mannequin inside or anything. It is hollow on the inside. The other thing that you notice is that its head is tilted slightly upwards. So instead of looking at the bottom corner, it's looking at the top corner.
And we look towards the top corner to see what's there.
Yes. Stone in a corner shape.
Hmm.
Wow.
Mm.
I'm gonna walk up next to Penny and just kind of look at the armor, see if there's any arcane symbols, sigils, anything that will display that what's making it go like T-pose for dominance.
You can roll an Arcana if you like. Yes.
Nice.
So you do manage to find a little thing indicating that it is, in fact, animate armor. Which means I'll give it a token now. Though it doesn't seem to be particularly hostile to you, or necessarily even protecting something. There's nothing in the room to protect, which is odd for animate armor, you know? The question is, what is its purpose, and why is it here?
Boy, don't we all wonder?
Yeah.
You ever wonder why we're here?
It appears just be animate armor. And curiously, Ina's actually gonna copy the pose
All
to
right.
see if it'll change.
It does not seem to move. Though you do know that supposedly it only moves while it is not being observed.
I'm gonna slowly back out of the room. And calls for Penny to have them basically look at Ina and away from the armor to see if that
I'm
will
gonna turn
work.
around. I'll turn around and look at Ina.
All right, so no one is looking at the armor at the moment?
Correct.
Excellent. Then when you turn back, well, while you aren't looking at it, you do hear the sound of some rustling. And when you do eventually hear the rustling stop, you would see that it is returned to this corner and is now in a kneeling position with its head tilted back at an unnatural angle as it looks at the top corner again.
Can I walk in there and with my height, can I like reach up and see if I feel anything up in the corner?
You absolutely can. And as you do, doesn't feel like there's anything there. You can roll me an investigation, though.
Yeah, nothing there.
Yeah.
That stone, guys.
I don't know. If you want to roll investigation, you can as well, because I do know you were investigating earlier as well. Ooh. A thought comes to your head that maybe it isn't looking at the corner, but something beyond the corner.
Interesting. I don't know how it got into this room, but it's looking at something above. What above us? What is above us? Is it the tomb? The stone relief door?
It is possible. You don't know how far rooms behind that door go back, but potentially.
Should we just take it with us and figure it out that way?
I would rather simply leave it here. It doesn't seem to be doing its best thing.
I think
Yeah.
it's honestly, I think it's trapped in the room. We can.
Maybe we should take it out of the room.
So we'll have to carry it up 30 feet of rope.
Ina can do that. They've got big muscles.
Yeah, I feel like our strongest
And you'll have
here
to
are.
feed it and water it.
Yeah.
Penny, are you sure you're ready for this responsibility? You're going to have to be the one to take it on walks, you understand. We're not going to be the ones taking care of it for you. You have to learn responsibility one of these days.
And we don't even know if you can wear it like a mech or if it'll just eat you. Like,
But what if we take it out of the room and put it just right outside the room in front of that other door at the bottom? And yeah, and see if it moves on its own. It keeps. I know we can't really watch it. We could look away real quick, but it seems like it wants to go that way. How do we know it's not gonna just automatically start moving that way when we get it out of the room? Maybe somebody put it in the room because they didn't want it going where it wants to go.
then that begs the question of what was it trying to keep away from?
Actually,
Treasure?
You know, I actually agree with Penny. We should take it out and see what happens.
actually,
I don't have the strength for this, and I'm just gonna walk away.
I don't either, but Benur sure does.
If it means that I get closer to trying to find my star map, fine. He grabs the armor if he can and tries to drag it out of the room.
Yeah.
While that happens, Balthazar's gonna check out this door here.
Okay.
Since that is where we're going to be sending the armor off, I assume. If
Put it
I'm
in front
hearing
of
the
the door.
conversation right.
No, I think
Turn around.
I think
Yeah,
buying
turn
a-
around and see if it goes back in the room.
Oh. Yeah, so that's what y'all are doing is you're taking him out here and then letting him go? Are you
I'll put him at this door, like, and then
Oh.
see if we turn and see if he goes back into the room or if he tries to go through the door or
Gotcha.
something.
Well, I will say when you do peer into that door, you would see a lot of cages that have rats in them. You can maybe put two and two together that this might be the kobolds' quote-unquote food supply.
Oh, so it's an
farm.
it's a room that doesn't go anywhere.
It doesn't really go anywhere too much now.
It's a food farm.
Yeah.
It's food storage.
Yeah.
Who's the
Alright.
symbol in there?
The rats.
Those are the rats.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps if we each block these two doors and just face the wall, we let the armor go and just kind of follow its sounds after a while if it bolts.
Does anyone happen to have a mirror on them? Maybe we can use a mirror to look behind us.
Actually, Balthazar kind of digs through his bag and pulls out a steel mirror.
Backward? I mean, I'm not sure if it will work, but at least to my knowledge, what I understand it's direct eye contact, not indirect eye contact.
Right.
Just in case, Ina's gonna attach a bunch of feathers, the vulture feathers, around the armor. So when it moves, like, feathers will fall off in a trail.
Okay. So where are you setting the armor down before y'all all turn your back to it?
Like right here.
Right there?
Is that good one?
Okay.
Does everyone agree?
Yeah.
Well, close, but sure.
I'm letting it be known right now. I don't like this. But Balthazar's already turning his back to the armor and has a grip on his mirror.
Okay. Y'all all turn around. And, because you pick the armor up, it is like pieces. So after you turn around, you watch as the pieces begin floating up into the air, reassembling itself into a armored figure. It sort of looks around, and you're seeing this in your mirror. Porum is right there next to him, as is Urki. And it sort of looks at both of them. It doesn't seem to push them away or anything. It looks at the bars that are next to it, and it just sort of grabs two of the bars, and then it tilts its head in this direction. And stays like that.
It's not attacking us, so I feel like it's here to defend or protect something. So maybe we do take it along and see if it helps us.
And we can each carry a piece of it if we all can't carry, if one of us can't carry all of it, because it can put itself back together.
Oh. It certainly seems harmless enough.
I mean, it could make a good distraction against the goblins further down into the...
True. Didn't think about the
So-
goblins.
I just think we should pack him up and take him with us.
Well, there's still the, you see Ina's eyes kind of gloss over in the direction that they know the stone relief door is, and she's like, key.
Yes, we're going to the door with the key. I know. Chill. He starts laughing because he knows he's the impatient one.
Alright.
He's usually the impatient one, yeah. So do we just dismember the armor and each hold one piece, or is Binder fine with piggybacking all of it?
How much is it weighing, would you say?
A suit of plate armor. Give me just a moment. Plate. Plate armor is hefty. It weighs about 65 pounds.
So if you broke it up, I can carry it. I'll just carry it.
All right. So we got you carrying plate.
I'll Jedi carry it.
Very
It'll be
nice.
my Yoda.
Excellent. Shall we take you to the dragon door then?
Yes.
Onward to the dragon door.
Before we leave this room,
Yes.
can I grab that extra set of robes and give it to Erky?
Yeah, he'll take the extra set of robes and put it on.
And then can we just look what's on the little bench there with the cloth? There were some little bottles and things. Is there anything?
Yes.
Is there anything used to us?
There are things. If they're used to you, that might be a different question, but there are definitely things there. And let's see here. So it wouldn't take too much to see. On it, you would see 4 tiny jade figurines of dragons that almost look like toys, like you might give to a child, if not for the fact that they're made from jade.
Can I look at Erky and ask Erky if he has seen those before or knows what those might be?
Oh yes. Actually, I'm a big fan of dragons. I like learning about them and all that stuff. Those are toys that you might give to a baby dragon for them to play with. Sort of like a little mini horde. I know the kobolds had said that they had a dragon egg they were trying to hatch. It was actually in this room. I was wondering why it's so empty now.
Lost the egg.
Oh, that's terrible.
The goblins have taken it.
That's terrible.
Can I pocket the jade dragons?
Skedden's not in here to stop you, so go for it.
Okay. 4 jade dragons.
All right.
To see Ina's eyebrows just kind of raise up and be like,
they're worth 15 gold each.
would you like to take everything that's not attached to the wall, or?
Are you talking to me?
Penny, do you feel a compulsive need to take anything that's not nailed down?
Cute and they're just cute, and maybe we can find use for them.
If we do,
Maybe we'll find the dragon egg and hatch a dragon baby, and we can give one of them to it.
Erky looks very excited by this.
Them.
Erky looks very excited by this prospect of hatching a baby dragon.
Erky agrees. He's excited.
The dragon wouldn't be ours, Penny. It would be given to the kobolds. They were the ones who found it.
I'd honestly rather the dragon be nurtured and then set free. Although dragons are horribly invasive species.
But guys, how can you say no to this face? And Porum will go up to Poppy and squeeze your cheeks together. Like, how can you just say no to this face?
Balthazar kind of looks... It can't be seen, but he's blank-faced and looks at Penny and Porum. No.
Beat me to it.
Damn.
I backed you on the suit of armor, and I'm gonna say no to this one.
It's a tough maybe. And... well, the egg should go back to the kobolds, if anything. It's a poor defenseless baby when it hatches.
You can keep a hold of the jade dragons for the time being, Penny, but if we can successfully take back that dragon egg, please give it back to the kobolds, since it's close before the baby dragon.
Okay, I'll just take the little jade dragons and we'll deal with the dragon egg later.
All right. Shall we go to the dragon door?
Yeah.
Or
Excellent.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all go back out through the hallway and into the tower room with the broken staircase. You'd see Skedden. Skedden has worked up the courage to do his job of getting the bodies somewhat in order. And Skedden will just give you a little wave as you're doing that. But yes, y'all climb up the rope, make your way to this room. And for our viewers, I will describe this room, or I will describe the door once more. As this wide empty room has a rat's nest with no rat, and a stone door with a rearing dragon relief carved on it, as a single keyhole situated in the rearing dragon's open mouth. And this dragon is sort of this almost fur-covered dragon. It's a very interesting look, as its mouth is open, waiting for, I believe, Balthazar has the appropriate key.
Balthazar walks up to it as he passes by Aina, reaches into his robe and pulls out the actual key. Doesn't take a glance at Aina, but he has a gut feeling and inserts it to the door.
All right.
fucking frowny face.
Crisscross.
As you insert
Betrayal.
it into the door opens with a hissing noise and a puff of dust around it, indicating the chamber has been sealed for ages. This dust, long undisturbed, covers every surface in this large gallery. The air within is stale. And we're going to take our 10-minute break there. Going to come back at the hour.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Going to come back at the hour. So I'll see everybody then. Take it easy. Hey everybody, we are back, and our party has just opened the dragon door that Ina has been very interested in getting into, as well as Biner. Um, this big door opening up, this dust sort of fills the room and has everybody coughing, but beyond the sound of coughing, as that quiets down and Erky clears his throat, a new sound can be heard. As you begin to hear this sort of almost twinkling noise begin emanating from the room, just sort of gentle twinkles coming out and peering through as the dust settles. You can see there are 3 alcoves in this room on the north wall, and each one contains a dust-covered stone pedestal with a fist-sized crystalline globe resting on it. They all seem to be cracked and dark, but there is one on the southern alcove that seems to glow with a soft blue light, and that faint music seems to be coming from there. All the way on the other side of the room, you can see a simple stone door.
Does it look like there's any traps set around the room?
You can roll a perception if you like.
Oh, whoops, forgot it was still advantage,
All
but it's
good.
22 anyways.
You don't see anything that would indicate, any of the tiles in front of you are gonna like fall out from under you, or, no arrow slits or anything like that in this room.
I think this room is safe, though just be wary, and Balthazar's gonna take some careful steps towards the twinkling globe.
Okay. That 22 perception, you do see something as you begin approaching the globe. There seems to be, at first it looks like maybe a black line on its surface. But the closer you get, the more it seems like there's some kind of very tiny text written on it.
I assume it's draconic.
Might be. You do have to get a little bit closer if you'd like to read it.
Can we tell if there's anything? I think if this was already asked, then that's my bad. Is there anything like magical emanating from it?
Well, your question might be about to be answered. As
Okay.
Balthazar steps forward, is Balthazar capable of reading Draconic?
Uh-oh. No.
Okay. You see Draconic text, and I'm going to need you to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Ah, shit.
Yes.
14.
Excellent. So as you get closer, the light twinkling takes on a much more ominous sound. And as it does this, you feel an intense urge. Or actually, question, Balthazar, you don't have anything that gives you advantage on being charmed, do you?
I don't believe so.
All right. You have an intense urge to dash into the next room. And for basically at the end of your turns, you can make saves against this. But until you break free, all you can do is dash towards the exit on your turn. That is all you can do for an action. And we're going to need to roll some
Oh, dear.
initiatives as the cracked spheres begin shining with their own blue light behind you.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
There, stop rolling well. There you go.
Oh god damn
And
it.
Derek's bootleg copy of Roll20 is
I
always going to
know.
roll well.
That's just how it's gotta be. Urki will also roll. He's there to help. Let's see.
Oh god.
Penny got an 11. Perfect. I think that is everyone. Marvelous. So, first things first, this light in the center begins flashing with a blinding radiance. And it's gonna flash you. So I'm gonna need a con save from Porum, Ina, Biner, Penny, Ophelia, and yeah, basically everyone.
Oh, wow.
Oh god.
Con save.
Kind of roll.
Yes.
Alright.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. So the only one who is blinded is Ophelia, sadly.
Perfect.
That surface light's too bright.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Ophelia, you're only blinded for one round. That's good at least. So it does that. And wouldn't you know it, Ophelia, it's your turn as you get flashed in the face from behind.
Uh, God, I'm so used to Pathfinder now. I was like, can I delay my turn? But would I have the wherewithal to know that it was like these?
Yes. I mean, you got flashed by one of these, so you did see where the light was coming from.
Okay. Right. Could I
but
just
now you can't
shoot
see
out?
anything.
Gotcha. So I can't even try to make an attack without
Oh,
it
you can.
being bad.
It'll be
Alright.
a disadvantage, though.
That works.
And I
Maybe.
will say, blind is the only time where, when you attack at disadvantage of 1, you might hit somebody. So
That. All right.
that's how I
Nice.
rule it, at least.
Oh.
Oh boy!
Oh.
All right, we're gonna roll a d3.
Oh,
The most likely targets to be hit. Einer. Go ahead and roll damage on that, Ophelia. Ooh!
Oh my god! I can't
Damn it,
shield
Lord.
against.
You cannot, sadly. So yeah,
Alright, I'm
Don't think
going
you're
down.
expecting an attack from an
Down.
ally.
Einer takes a blast of fire to the face. Any bonus actions or stumbling in the darkness movement for Ophelia?
oh.
Excellent. At the end of your turn, you blink your eyes clear, just in time to see Ina lying with the scorch mark on their face on the ground.
Small fire.
She's gonna look at Ina in sheer horror as some type of some kind of memories wash over her.
Oh,
Oh no, PTSD.
Alright, Ina, roll me a death save, please.
Oh my god.
You can have Peaches
Oh,
do
Lord.
something if you'd like.
The save 3. I'm gonna have Peaches fly in because Peaches has been holding a good berry in his mouth this entire time and just drop it in my mouth.
Excellent. You have 1 HP.
What the fuck?
Well, Peaches does that. You do still have your turn, technically, so you can use half movement to stand up with your 1 HP and then potentially do something.
Stand up and just look at him feeling like, why? Why would and just turn around and mind slap the
Alright.
bulb closest to me.
Excellent. Intelligence save. And it will do this. shouldn't be an advantage. There we go. Alright. 13 just passes.
God.
Awesome.
Alright. Any movement?
Yeah, I'm gonna start making my way towards, because half movement, I can't get far.
Okay. Alright. So, let us see here. As you get there, that'll bring us to Biner's turn.
All right, he's going to, seeing that the middle one flashed us, he doesn't know if all of them will do that, but he's going to throw an ice knife at the middle one.
Alright. That is a hit. Excellent, and needs to make a dex save after taking the initial 5.
Can it make a dex save?
It can, in fact, as you see it float into the air, but it doesn't do it high enough. And so this ice knife does shatter the central one. Very nice. Anything else for Biner?
Yeah, as a bonus action, he's going to cast Shillelagh onto his quarterstaff, and he's going to he'll move up to this one right here on the side.
All
Try to
right.
hopefully shield him from this one from hitting him with anything.
Excellent. That will then bring us to Penny. Penny, what would you like to do?
Okay. Can I move down here and then use my...
As soon as you move down there, I need you to make a wisdom save for me.
Oh, Lord.
Okay,
Do
second.
better than me, Penny. I believe in you.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
So Penny, you move down there, and as the music floods your ears, you now have to use the rest of your movement and take a dash action to begin moving as far this way as you possibly can. So you used 5 movement to get down there, so you should have 20 movement left. So if you
I
don't...
just need to move over.
Yes.
Okay.
Move towards this door for now.
All right, hold on. Sorry.
All good. As a intense dread comes over you as you hear the music emanating from it.
Okay. That's
Right.
Right.
And if you take a dash action, can you move further?
How do I know that?
So when you take a dash action, basically you get to move your full movement again. So you'd get to move 25 more feet. So I'm assuming that yes, you would.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. In that case, I'll go ahead and move you where you'd go, because...
That's fine.
Yeah. Essentially, you would have to run and grab one of the ropes and slide down it. Which would get you 10 feet there. After you slide down, that would get you all the way basically to the bottom. And as you get to the bottom, you would watch, as in this other room, a hidden door begins slowly creaking open. The stones
no.
opening up. And you get to make another wisdom save at the end of your turn, though, to see if you break free of the orb's magic.
So I do that right now.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Oh, no.
You are not free of the orb's magic.
Oh, Skiddon's in the other room too.
Oh, no.
Skeddon is in the other room, but that means he gets to join the initiative because he's freaking the heck out.
What are those, Derek?
That's a good question.
What's happening?
As you hear the sounds of some bony boys, maybe from
Oh, do they sound
behind.
like xylophones?
Yeah, maybe a little bit coming from that door that just opened up.
Spooky, scary.
But that will bring us to Porum. Porum, what would you like to do?
Orm is gonna take out his bow and just shoot at this one right here.
All
Let's see if I
right,
can do this.
that is a hit
Nice.
for 9. Excellent. Do you know what time it is? For the
It's
first
not-
time
it's
this
1 HP.
session, it's 1 HP club time.
There's no 1 HP on me, just to pull down.
Kinks into it, and you see the crack get quite a bit wider, but it does not break. Anything else for you, Porum?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and action surge,
All right.
and I'm gonna take another swing at it.
Okay, another shot. Excellent.
Nice.
How do you shatter it?
You said that the arrow tinked off of it, or
Yes.
was the arrow still okay?
It's stuck
I'm just
into
gonna-
it and make it a big
stuck in-
crack. Yeah.
Gotcha. I just want to like Robin Hood it and like aim for the arrow and split it in twain.
Excellent. Any movement for you, Porum?
Yeah, Porum's gonna start making his way down to Penny.
All right.
5, 10. I think that's 30.
Very good.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. That will then bring us to one of the skeletons. As Penny, you watch a skeleton begin shambling out of this doorway with an old arrow and bow quiver on its back, and is
Didn't
going
know.
to, yeah. Actually, yeah, it's gonna have to make a choice between him and Penny. So it's gonna roll D2. Oh yeah, it is going, sadly, after Penny. So it is going to take a shot
Oh no.
with its short bow at Penny for a critical for 4 damage to Penny as it shoots you in the side. When you take that damage, though, you are able to make another wisdom save. So if you'd like to do that for me after subtracting that damage, Penny.
Just a minute. Sorry.
All good.
Wisdom saving.
Yes. Still haven't broken it yet. You're getting there. That will bring us to the one light that remains. And there is only one target that I can easily shoot at that is close to it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Oh,
Anna. This is a 14 hit.
It does. I'm gonna use shield. Yeah.
All right. This ray of light flashes towards you. You manage to bring up a shield just in time as it sort of scrapes against it.
Oh, that's fucking rude.
All right, Balthazar. You are going to have to do a dash action to get as far into this room as you possibly can. And if you can get to the rope,
Yep.
you can slide down it and land next to Penny. It's 30 feet down, so use the rest of your movement to get there.
Yeah, no, he can make it down.
All right. Then you will slide down right next to Penny and be
Is it just
right
is this
here.
just fear or like a pervasive feeling of dread?
It is a pervasive feeling of dread. And you're actually charmed as opposed to frightened, which is quite interesting. But
Ooh.
you do get to make a wisdom save at the end of your turn.
God, please. Please. Yes!
Excellent. You are free of that maddening tune. Will then bring
He's
us
shaking
to
his head and has a hand to his face.
another skeleton that comes out of the closet. and is gonna do a 2, which means this shot will be at Balthazar.
All right.
All right, a critical
it?
fail. It doesn't have advantage. I
Okay.
set it to advantage toggle, but it's not listening to me because Roll20 is rude. But yeah, that
Wasted
misses.
nat 20 plus.
Yes. Which is gonna bring us to our friend Urki, who's going to run his little butt in there. And he's gonna use one of his spell slots to try and help out Aina. With a cure wounds for 8.
Oh, bless.
Yes. She'll bring us to this thing that is dead. All right, Ophelia, it is your turn. And fun fact, actually, the music is getting louder, so I will need you to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna need to break that thing.
Oh my
Oh, no.
god!
All right, you are going to have to run as far as you can into that next room.
All right. He said, I guess dashing would put me,
Down the rope.
yeah.
All right. You end up down the rope. Ooh, I need to adjust the map on our stream. There we go. All righty. And at the end of your
As she
turn...
was,
Oh, yes, as you're running.
I was gonna just say, as she was running, there's just tears down her face.
Oh, no.
From what she
Oh,
did,
no.
her hands were trembling. Oh yeah, that's right. I had to use everything to move. Yeah.
Knees weak, arms is heavy.
Yeah, there's some mom spaghetti moments going
Oh,
on.
no.
Oh no.
At the end of your turn, you can also make a wisdom save.
All right. I can't.
Yeah.
There we go.
You are safe.
Get it.
I had a Discord notification block it, so
You're welcome.
All right. Now, our final friend joins the fray. As they go like so to get there. They have 4 targets. Number one, this time is going to be Skadden. They're going to shoot. An 11 to hit.
Oh,
He has no armor. He gets shot. He goes, oh!
Oh no.
Yeah. Which will then bring us to Aina.
just everyone is leaving the and going to gesture to Urki to like make their way out because there's not a lot. This sounds like there's a fight outside kind of thing. Be bored too out there, and they're gonna use Mind Sliver on the last remaining Lich Light.
All right. It will make an intelligence save. Excellent. So it takes 5 psychic damage. It is bloodied and mortal.
Awesome. And he's actually going to step this way because they noticed Ophelia left after.
Yeah, y'all can hear the music is getting louder from that
Yeah,
orb.
so trying to get away from the music.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
that's gonna be my turn.
Okay. That'll bring us to Biner.
With a bunch of adventurers, and they all flee the room as soon as something gets crazy. It's unreal.
Wow.
So he'll turn to the last orb next to him, and he will hit it with his quarterstaff.
Okay.
As soon as I find that's the one I want.
A 12 will actually miss, as it manages to lower itself right before you're about to hit it, and you instead sort of crack against the wall behind it.
That sucked, and that's all he'll do.
All right. That'll bring us to Skedden, who is holding a nasty wound. Skedden is gonna do a little stab. Methinks he's gonna do a little stab. Oh boy, he does a good stab.
Oh, nice.
Stabs the one next to him for 4 piercing. Which does make that skeleton a mortal lad. Which will then bring us towards Penny. So Penny, actually, now that you are in this room, it does wear off, so you are able to do what you'd like to do now that you're at the bottom here and you see a bunch of skeletons.
Okay. Can I just use my short bow and shoot at the skeleton next to Skedden?
Absolutely. That is most certainly a hit. Excellent. The 4 sneak for 12. Ooh, how do you kill it?
I just shoot it, knock its head off, and it just falls apart.
Excellent. You love to see it. Any movement or anything like that for you?
No, I'm just gonna stay right there.
All right. That'll bring us to Porum.
Porum, noticing that like half the party has left the room, starts to get a little nervous about leaving the remaining 2 people in there, and is gonna make his way back inside the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna take a shot at this orb right there.
Excellent. That is a hit. For
Fuck it up
7.
for him.
Excellent. It cracks, and as it does, you hear the song falter. It is not going to be getting louder this round. It also looks like it wouldn't take too much more to break it entirely. Anything else for you?
I think that is it for now.
All right. That'll bring us to the skeleton is dead. The witch light still in the room has 2 easy to hit targets. Oh boy, it's going for Urki, as it is firing a laser towards him.
Oh no.
That laser will certainly hit for 6 radiant.
I'm gonna use my reaction on
All
my
right.
silvery barbs.
That gives it disadvantage, yes.
It makes it re-roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
It still hits for the 6, sadly. But you do get to choose someone who will get advantage on their next thing.
Who's next up in order that I can see? I will give it to Binura.
All right. Very nice. That'll bring us to Balthazar.
Oh, undead. Oh boy, oh boy. Balthazar gonna narrow his eyes at the skeleton and pull out his crossbow and goes to shoot at the one closest to them for the time being.
Excellent. Ooh.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's gonna tink off of its old rusted armor. Anything else for you?
Yes. I see. That is all he can do.
Right. We're gonna take a shot at Ophelia with the next skeleton in the order. Here we go. As it readies its bow and fires for an 18 at Ophelia.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright, he'll take 8 piercing damage as they're just readying their bows up. That'll bring us to Urki, who is going to be moving away from the badness. And, you know what? He's going to do a Sacred Flame on the Witchlight to try and help out with that. The Sacred Flame envelops it. It will make its deck save, which it fails. It takes 3 more damage. Still not dead. Also not a 1 HP club, but as close to that as you can possibly get. Ophelia, it's your turn.
Yeah, so being shot by the skeleton, she would I know like way in the first session I described her like putting on like an armband of like burnt like twigs.
Yeah.
She's going to pick one off, snap it with her fingers, and as like the snap happens, a bolt of lightning shoots from her hands as she casts Witch Bolt.
Very nice. Which one you hit?
Ooh.
We are going to hit the one that shot us. I believe that was that one.
Yes.
And then let me roll that for you.
Yes. Oh no.
I know.
That's why you gotta do the recap. The lightning sadly shoots just past it, sort of cracks against the stone behind it. It's a few little pieces of rubble from the old staircase fall to the ground. Anything else for you?
No, that'll be it.
Right. Skeleton here, you're gonna hear sort of gaseous come from its open mouth. So red flames ignite in its eyes. It's going to shoot at the one person that hasn't been shot yet, which is Balthazar. An 11, which I think will miss.
Yes.
Which will bring us up to Aina.
Seeing that Biner is next to the Witchlight and Porum injured the singing ball, Ina's gonna direct a mind sliver at it as well.
Right.
Wow. Wow.
Yay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Anything else for you?
Contemplate my life choices.
Alright, Viner, it's your turn.
We can try another swipe with the quarterstaff.
Alright.
You get
That's a hit. You gotta do 2 damage. How do you blow it up?
Yeah.
Just waiting
He
in silence for the
basically-
one.
He basically, like a T-ball type thing, takes the quarterstaff and just hits the
whack.
orb and shatters it into the back of the stone behind it.
Excellent. Anything else for you?
Decisions. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move. He's gonna go all the way up.
Okay, make me a wisdom save.
You do have
Yeah, I have the
Silvery
advantage.
Barbs active, yeah.
Yes. And you also have, well, would have had advantage anyway. Because of the Loxodon. Oh no.
Oh, yikes.
So the silvery barbs let them roll once more on top of advantage.
The chosen
just
creature has
has
advantage on the
advantage.
next attack roll, ability check, or
Okay.
saving throw makes within a minute.
Gotcha. So that would have been advantage on the attack anyway. But
Yeah.
Viner, once you get to this point, you do have to turn around and use the rest of your movement to start making your way out. I'm sorry. Luckily, you can't dash, so you don't get too far away, but whatever movement you would have had after this point has to go in the opposite direction.
Right there.
But I will say, you did get close enough to read what it said on the orb. Would you like to know what it read?
Yeah.
It's something
what'd it say?
dumb, isn't it?
No, no.
Curiosity killed the cat. Oh, Lord. Yep. I'm sorry.
So at the end of my turn, at the end of my turn, though, I get to
Yes,
roll a
you do.
wisdom again, right?
Yes,
Now, do
you
I get good advantage again because of, or just regular?
Because it's a charm, so you do still have advantage because you're Loxodon. There you go.
Well,
You get very afraid for a second before snapping yourself out of it. Maybe using your trunk to like pat your cheeks or something.
We're seriously about
slap
to leave.
yourself with the cheeks.
With that,
That'll be my turn.
excellent. That'll bring us to Skedden, who is bleeding a lot and just shouting incoherently, swinging their dagger around, as, kobolds do. And he's going to go, and do another good stab, actually, for 7. He's doing okay.
I'm waiting for Skedden to lose his shit, become a barbarian.
That'll bring us to
Hell yeah.
Penny.
Okay, I'm going to take my short bow and shoot at the skeleton that shot at Ophelia.
All right.
Not the one next to Skedden, but the other one.
Yes.
Yes.
Do keep in mind, actually, the sneak attack would work on the one next to Skedden, but not the one that doesn't have an ally nearby.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me shoot at that one.
All right.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. I know it could be hard to remember how stuff works when you're new. That is exactly what you need to hit its armor class.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. How do you take this one out?
I'm just gonna shoot. It's gonna hit it in the chest and push it back and hit the wall. Fall apart.
Excellent. You love to see it. All right. That'll bring us then to Porum. Porum, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna do what I do best and notch another arrow and fire at it.
Excellent. That's a hit. Fantastic. And as that shoots through the orb, it cracks and eventually shatters. And as it does, the remaining skeleton seems to lose all composure, just falling into a pile of bones on the ground. As y'all hear the music fading in the distance up ahead and in the room. As y'all have indeed won the day.
Final Fantasy music.
You did it!
Balthazar's looking at Ophelia and Skedden. Are you both alright?
I'm dying.
Yeah.
He sort of says by looking at all the blood that's on him. He only took 4 damage, but you get the feeling that's half his health.
Could I try to operate on
God.
myself to remove the the arrow that
Yeah.
I got shot with?
You can do that. You can roll me a medicine to pull that out. Pull it out cleanly. Excellent. You now have 1 silver arrow.
Ooh.
Balthazar is gonna give poor Skedden a quick little healing word.
Oh,
Just to help him out.
how did you use words to put blood back in my body?
It's just divine magic.
I didn't know. I've never been healed like that before. That's... Wow.
It's something that the best of healers can do.
Oh, it's pretty neat. I think I'm still gonna lay down for a bit, though. He just sort of lies down on the ground, staring
Darn it, buddy.
upwards. Oh.
Ophelia, do you want me to do the same with yours?
If you wouldn't mind, I appreciate it.
Is man burning through two spell slots, but you know what? Fuck it.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I actually misspoke. The arrow you have, Ophelia, is a +1 arrow, so it's a magical arrow.
Oh.
Oh, it's not
Alright.
silver.
Oh,
Well, wait,
yes.
whoops. Wrong thing, I pressed. I thought it was the only thing. 5 healing.
Thank you. I don't feel like I deserve it.
This ball,
Is shattered, yes.
like completely shattered, like useless.
Oh, yeah. It's busted. There's like little pieces of it on the ground around the pedestal. After
Curiosity killed the cat. You
Yep.
hear when you yell out.
Yes, but I also recall you starting to run to the door as well.
No, that's what the sign says.
Mm-hmm.
You would be able to
I'm
find a little piece of glass with some black text and draconic on it.
I'm gonna kind of poke around at the ball to see like how it worked, kind of thing, to see if like any of the magical properties like fell out of the ball or if it was the ball itself that was enchanted.
Sure. You can roll an arcana for me. Right? You're pretty sure that whatever was storing the magic released it. You'd have to do some funking around with it over a long rest. But you're pretty sure you could at least get a little bit of extra magic out of this if you were to do that.
I'll scoop it into my pouch.
All right.
Like, I'll just look at this later. Sweep. Looks at Porum.
What you doing there?
I'm intrigued by its magic to see if I can pull things, or maybe it can be pieced back together and we can use it for our advantage later. Unsure. Magic is odd, and it's something I like to study.
As long as your studying doesn't get us in any more trouble, I think it's fine.
Oh, I don't think it'll get us in trouble. If anything, I'd be more worried about what Penny swipes.
She's fine.
God. Enabler.
Spoken like a true besotted person.
Can I just check out the room where the skeletons came from?
You absolutely can.
Ooh.
And looking into that room, roll me an investigation.
Oh my god.
Yeah. There's a couple of other skeletons in there that seem to not be moving. They've got some like broken legs and stuff like that. You get the feeling that maybe they were supposed to come out, but didn't because they were physically incapable of doing so. But it is damp and cold. Aside from the nasty smell of these boys.
I take it knowing that I found the +1 arrow just because I pulled it from my wound, would I be able to try to find any other +1 arrows?
Yes, I do allow. Rolls aren't everything, so do ask me for specific stuff like that. Because okay. Looking at the very nice arrow that seems well preserved compared to the shitty rusty ones, you would be able to find 2 more +1 arrows.
Okay.
Sorry, 3 more on these 3 bodies out here.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Those would be useful for Porum. Yeah.
Would you be so kind as to do the same thing you did to the last? Balthazar's moving the skeletons back in there, and cleanses them again.
All right.
might want to stand back, she says in a very somber voice.
I was so far from you.
Are you 120 feet away? No. Yeah, she'd firebolt the skeletons.
Nice. And they go up in flames. All right. And as y'all are doing that, is Penny climbing the rope back up to join everybody else?
Yeah, she's slowly climbing back up.
Okay. Making her way in there. What's going on in this room? I think Urki is sort of hands on knees panting a little bit after that combat.
You all right, Urki?
I'm good. Gives a little thumbs up. I got blasted pretty good there, but I'm hanging in.
Yes. Well, at least you were hit by the enemy.
Yeah. I think she's having some trouble seeing.
Maybe she didn't adjust for not being in water when she shot that off, and it just went the wrong way.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Fish jokes.
Possible. Is everyone alright? Biner. Kinda.
What was that?
Are you alright?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I was just repositioning myself, trying to figure out if I was going to attack it again with the sword or just maybe do like a guiding bolt or something at it. So I thought I'd just kind of move over off the door, check, see if I could see where the rest of the guys were at, and they all disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Or you didn't see me run away out of the room. I just moved a couple feet.
You shuffled pretty fast towards that door.
Well, I was trying to kick up some dust to kind of create a distraction, you know.
I stand by what I said. Biner the wise, but not Biner the intelligent.
I am
Okay,
very
you two thought-
intelligent, and I feel I'm very
Great.
intelligent for you saying that.
Good.
Are we moving forward? Apologies for that.
Are you alright? Sounded like you guys had a scuffle down there as well.
Nothing we couldn't handle. Just some stray
Biner, if you... the door... Ina's giving like a wide berth towards Ophelia, like not even wanting to be that close.
Oh. Right. Sorry, Biner, what were you saying regarding the door?
I said, I don't know if I'm intelligent enough to open this door.
No, but you definitely have the brute strength.
Wow.
Can I do an investigation to see if there's any traps or anything in the store?
Absolutely. Give me an investigation.
Nope.
Seems good.
Does it look like it's locked at all?
No. Just seems to be a stone door.
All right. It'll open it.
All right. Just a moment. As you open this door, the air is stale. This 20-foot long corridor, which leads to another closed stone door. There is a plaque on this wall here. You see sort of indented. Yeah, I mean, like if you adjust a little bit to this angle, you'd be able to read it. So, reading it like so, it is, of course, in Draconic. And it reads... A dragon priest entombed alive for transgressions of the law still retains the honor his position, and then has another little indent under it that says, "Though that will not stop us from forgetting his name."
All right, so he will communicate that to everybody, and then can he, Penny? Can you take a look, see if there's any traps in this room before we walk through it?
Sure.
Yes. All right, Penny. You can make a thieves' tools check, and when it asks you what to use wisdom. See if you
Okay.
can detect anything in here. Very nice. So Penny, looking around, knowing a little bit about how traps work, all that good stuff, you can tell, oh yeah, there is definitely a trap of some sort on the ground in front of that plaque. And looking at it a little closer, I'll actually be able to tell you a bit more about it. As it does in fact seem, give me just a moment. Here we go. It seems that there are pressure plates on the ground, and it does seem that there is a little sort of array of arrow slits just above the western door. They'll sort of hail down into this area if the pressure plates that make this center section up are triggered.
Okay, and I communicate that to the group.
Do we see if there's any way to like if Porom flew over the trap, if there's anything on the other wall that might disassemble the trap?
I mean, potentially if you had something that you could, like, cover it with that was sufficiently sturdy. But other than that, not really. I'd say most
So there's
shields
not like
would...
a switch or something on the other side where you could like throw it and it wouldn't, the pressure plates wouldn't engage then or whatever. Okay.
Doesn't look like it now.
You know what we could do is send in the suit of armor and close the door and let it walk around a little bit south trap.
I like that idea.
Will we lose the
And you
suit of armor?
Well, we
Oh.
only know which way it would go if we lost it. There's only one other door.
It's true.
Y'all
Alright, so
said bringing the suit of armor was a bad idea.
So he'll take it off his back and set it inside the room, right inside the door, and close the door.
Excellent. Okay, give me just a moment.
What if it doesn't set off the trap?
There, give me just a moment real quick, because I need to see if something happens. Alright, there we go. Okay. Excellent. So yeah, you hear clank, 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 and thunk, thunk, and then nothing. And when you open the door, you see the suit of armor is facing the other wall down this hallway, and just sort of standing there with both hands pressed on the door, and like its entire body is like very close, almost like it's laying itself flat, staring straight forward, but not opening the door. And there are also 2 arrows sticking out of its head.
Well, it seems like it set off the trap.
It also looks like there's only his head that has arrows, no below the neck.
Yeah, Well, because it fires from up above, so
Oh.
yeah, it's above the door is where the arrow slits are.
Hmm.
So as long as we stay close to the ground, we should be fine, right?
And from above.
With Penny's knowledge on how this trap works from their role, y'all do know you do have a safe path now. If you just follow the same way that the suit of armor went, you can see some of the pressure plates have already been activated. Those arrows will not fire a second time. So you've got a good path you can do.
Okay.
So he'll go up here. Can he pick up the armor again and put it back on his back?
That you can.
He'll do that.
And disassemble.
I'm gonna swing this door open.
Yeah, once everyone else is in the room.
All right.
I mean, we can't because we'll still activate the other side of the trap.
Yes.
But you can,
I mean to be in the wall. I'm sorry.
All right.
It's this side of the traps that have been triggered, right?
Yes. The southern side.
all right.
Open it up.
Belia, you coming with us?
All right. Once the door is opened, dust fills this hall like a layer of gray snow. In the rounded northern end of the chamber stands a 10-foot tall sculpture of a coiled dragon carved from red-veined white marble.
I'm going to step in so other people can come through.
There's no sign of any other doors in this room.
Is there any indications of traps in the room?
You'd like to ask Penny to make another wisdom check with their thieves' tools. They can look around.
Sure, do that.
Hard to say.
Well, you only live once, I guess. Manure will go up to and try to investigate the
Excellent.
thing. If there's something to a lever or something.
As you get within 5 feet of the dragon, you would watch
Yeah,
as its
no.
face seems to come to life. It says, "Often held, but rarely touched. Always wet, but never rough. Often bites, but seldom bit. To use me well, you must have wit." And because I know that's
Oh god,
really
the
hard,
dragon.
Can you type that or show it again?
I just did.
It's Sylvester the cat as a dragon.
It's a riddle. What do we think it means?
Cosmic, if you're talking, it's a little faint.
Myself?
Oh,
Sorry.
all good.
Anyone have any ideas?
Brain power.
You'd like a hint?
Yes. Brain power.
You're thinking,
Brain power.
maybe
Ice?
ice?
Often held, but really always wet, but never rust. Often
Yeah.
bites.
When you say ice, it will ask, "Is that your final answer?"
Is that our final?
No.
Okay.
It's a good idea. Keep that in mind.
But Ina, with your intelligence, you get the feeling that maybe there is some hint involved in how the riddle is being presented.
Hmm.
And
This might sound weird, but is it
Anything else in the room, like on the walls or on the floor? Anything else in this room that would help us out?
tongue.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Yes. It is a tongue. You've done very well. As it says that, you would watch as the door, or rather the wall to your left, begins rising upwards, revealing a chamber beyond, which I will now reveal to you. This chamber beyond, you'd see that dust cloaks the contents of this 20-foot wide hall. Seems there's a theme here with all this dust. There are 6 alcoves lining this wall, 3 to the north and 3 to the south. Each alcove, except the center southern alcove, which I am doing right here, holds a humanoid figure carved of red-veined white marble. The figures resemble tall elves in plate armor. A stone archway at the west end of the hall opens into a wide room from which greenish light glows. There's a dark pit situated before this archway. You can also see what appears to be some kind of stone sarcophagus at the other end.
Does Ina see that and like react to that at all?
If Ina turns their head, they know they want to open it up.
Turning to look at the thing, the opening in the wall. Just see Ina's eyes just go wide and a little slack-jawed, and starts slowly going towards it.
Not to say, I would definitely not stop them. Oops, sorry.
Balthazar is gonna grab their shoulder before they step any further.
I have to open it.
And how about we check for traps first before you try and do anything? Can't open it if you end up dead before you get to it.
Alright. And I know it's just kind of scrunching his hands at his sides, not really going anywhere. Like a busy movement.
Mm-hmm. Alright. This time I'd say roll me a perception roll. See if you notice anything interesting about this chamber.
Can we all roll?
Oops.
Anyone who would like to?
Perception roll?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yo!
See nothing.
excellent. So, we're gonna get 2 things because Biner rolled a nat 20, but Penny, you would see very, very tiny footprints right over here on the ground. They're almost like chicken-sized footprints. And Biner, you see those as well. And you also see what looks like light shifting on top of one of these statues' heads, as if there is a small, invisible figure there. You sense that it is watching you. Were my pings not showing up? Was I on the wrong layer?
No, I saw it. I'm trying to
Okay.
think what to do with that. Um, hmm.
And also,
He-
Biner, because you rolled so high, you can also tell that behind the blank stone figure, there is the stones basically behind that area look like they can shift in some way, as if to open up a doorway.
All right, so he's gonna move here so he can see that truly.
Yes.
And then he'll turn. Trying to figure out who we should turn to here. So Balthazar, and kind of like motion like there's try to give like him some type of notion that there's something on top of the one that blinked out,
Mhm.
and then he's gonna reach into his bag out of curiosity. He's gonna take an apple out and roll it on the floor in front of the thing and see if anything happens.
Okay. You do this. Roll me a persuasion.
Yeah, the most uncharming person trying to
Yeah.
persuade something.
You do sense that whatever was on here has jumped onto a wall and is climbing, essentially, or whatever was on that statue has jumped onto a wall and seems to be able to climb very easily. Started climbing towards the roof. You can kind of hear some skittering as you do that.
Can we look
He'll
up
kind
to
of-
see?
He'll kind of point up to where the noise is coming. So
There isn't anything to see. Biner, you're pretty sure this is an invisible something.
yeah. So he'll just say to the rest of the group that there's something invisible watching us. I'm not sure if it's bad yet because it hasn't attacked, but
As you say that there's something invisible watching us, all of you, because it's not going to be very stealthy about it, can hear rapid skittering towards the door.
We're not here to mean you any harm. Won't you just show yourself? Balthazar's like physically keeping track of it by like looking up to where he hears the skittering and like turning his head and his body towards where it goes.
You can roll a persuasion with advantage because Biner put that apple down.
16.
All right. You hear the skittering stop just above Ophelia and Porum, like
Oh.
right between them. And then you hear a voice say, Not mean Jot harm. Jot can have Elephant Man's apple. Not poison. Wait, no.
Not poison.
Is poison. Jot loves poison. Delicious, delicious poison.
Balthazar's looking at the rest of the party, emanating confusion.
Orin returns a confused look.
Vanilla will say, unfortunately it's not poison, but it's still delicious.
Jot will accept this. Thank you, big elephant man, for
And
delicious apple.
Vanilla,
Thank you, Biner. And you hear some skittering as something drops down to the floor with a little and you watch as teeth marks begin appearing on the apple as something invisibly begins eating it.
Are you trapped here or live here?
Jot supposed to stay. Make sure sarcophagus is maintained until new people show up to relieve Jot. You are new people. Jot is free.
Perhaps we can see you, Jot. We will be able to recognize you later if we ever run into you again.
Jot does not wish to be recognized. Jot wishes to be free. Jot took this job expecting big benefits, but Jot has not seen anyone in thousands of years. Not had food or delicious poison.
Jot was not promised his 401k.
He isn't allowed to retire, apparently.
I didn't know Jeff Bezos was Jot's employer.
Oof.
How have you been staying alive this entire time?
Jot does not need food, but Jot likes it.
That's gonna be a stretch. Is there any type of creature that the like this description, like invisible, doesn't eat, lives for thousands of years, would that ping anything in Ina's?
Roll me a religion. Jot's been talking about a kind of contract or a deal they made for a job they're supposed to do, in addition to all of this. Might be some kind of fiend.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Could you tell us what's in that sarcophagus?
Big, green, fleshy elf. Used to be pretty boy elf, but then did something that made the mistress mad. Mistress sealed him away, turned him all gooey, very angry. Wants to be free. Jot supposed to make sure locks don't rust until new people show up. No longer Jot's problem. Jot is free.
What did they do to upset the mistress?
Killed dragon with poison. Silly dragon. Does not understand poison is delicious. Instead got sick. Does not understand how tasty poison can be.
Balthazar do a religion check to see what sort of mistress this imp is. I assume it's an imp, but like what mistress it's talking about. I have a suspicion.
You can roll a religion.
Oh, yeah.
Not sure.
Well, if you show yourself, I guess you're free to go because we are here. If you show yourself,
If it makes you more comfortable, I was gonna whistle and call forth Peaches. I believe Peaches is the same type as you.
No.
Whoa.
No. Do not want any more. My contract is done. Do not wish to be like Peaches. You're pretty sure that you've done... Ida maybe didn't do a good job of convincing, but Biner, if you'd like to roll one more persuasion to convince him to show himself, you can.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The insult for not even being a 1.
Jot wishes to remain unseen. Unseen is safe. Unseen is good.
Jot, do you know why this elf man poisoned the dragon?
Oh,
Were you told that?
wanted power, most likely. Make some kind of weapon, or maybe needed dragon blood. But now it's poisoned dragon blood. Ooh, poisoned dragon blood. Yes. And you would watch as some liquid falls to the ground out of nothing. You're pretty sure he's drooling.
Anyway, out of curiosity,
Balthazar, your foot hits something. Oh,
Sorry. Balthazar backs up.
and that would actually knock it out of its invisibility, so you can see what it looks like. And it is this.
It's gross.
I will.
Nasty little thing.
Yeah, I will reveal it on stream as well, real quick, so that way my stream friends can see what this guy looks like, and I'll send a picture to Discord for you. Ugh, he's rubbing his butt.
Huh.
Jot has not felt pain in centuries. Jot has forgotten. Jot loves pain.
Well, there's a lot more pain. Jot.
Biner, that armor you have. I'm curious. We're this close to the sarcophagus. Just struggling.
Yeah.
What would happen if you put the armor down?
Jot turns invisible again and says, "You should not do that."
Is there a reason, Jot?
It would be disrespectful to the other statues.
Disrespectful how?
Respectful?
It would disrespect them.
Does this armor belong to someone that we don't want to give it to?
Yes. That's
Does the armor look the same as the ones on the statue?
yes, it does.
Oh.
You
Derek,
should
did you
just
explain what this is?
yeah. So that seems to be a pit of spikes.
Is it pretty deep?
Yeah, it's about 20 feet deep. And I'm not gonna even necessarily make Penny do another roll for it. Penny, you can see it does seem to be some kind of trap. You think that if you were to try and go over it, the spikes would actually shoot up like harpoons and try
Ooh.
and stab you.
Well, well,
Ugh.
So I'll make sure everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
Should I throw the armor into the spikes, everyone?
Yes.
Ines is actually gonna pull out his component pouch like discreetly and just rub a little bit of makeup on his lip and drag it down the mark on his face, and then look at Jot and cast friends.
Ooh.
Creature choice. Do. It's good that you don't have to see someone for this. Yeah, you can cast friends on Jot. You're pretty sure it worked, even though you can't really see him right now.
As, what traps are in this area, and why are you so adamant about the armor?
All right. Yeah, you have advantage on charisma checks, so roll me a persuasion.
21.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spike traps, very bad. That is only trap Jot knows of. Jot does not want armor to be placed because something very embarrassing for Jot behind that door. And then points to the wall that Biner knows can be opened.
Now I'm just really curious.
Yeah.
How embarrassing are we talking?
Very embarrassing for Jot.
It's been thousands of years, and no one would know you would be embarrassed yet. Put in a little descriptor. Just help put us at mind so we don't put the armor down.
Would be bad for Jot if news of this got out.
We promise we won't tell anyone, Jot.
Jot's contract is behind.
Is now we're the new people here to take care of the locks and everything. So your contract is up, so there is no one to tell.
It's like a little unsure squeak. And I will say it's around this point that your 1 minute is up. Jot goes, "You have tricked Jot. You have made Jot uncover his secret." There
Well, if it
are
makes you
little
feel-
drops of water that you can see coming out of the invisibility.
Pulling out a small little napkin from their bag, Ina's gonna hold out to Jot. And just kind of seeing where the water's coming out, gently like rubs her face of the tears. It's alright.
Jot is technically hostile towards you, so Jot is going to run away when you approach. And you will hear invisible skittering going down the hall as they are running
fair.
off. Distraught.
Well,
Do
it's
we
not the
hear soft
first-
sobbing coming from that direction?
You do, in the distance. It's getting quieter, though.
That's not the first person I made cry. Won't be the last.
All right.
No,
so
I
am I
just
throwing the armor in the pit?
I'm really curious of what's behind here, I'll be real.
Mm-hmm. What is in that alcove, Biner?
What would embarrass a little creature like him so much?
He said his contract was there, so what's wrong with his contract, maybe?
Only one way to find out.
So do you want me to move this first, or do you want me to get rid of this armor first?
'Cause he said the armor would activate this.
Yeah, because he wanted you to throw the armor in the pit.
Okay. So I guess I'll put the... Does it look like I need to dress the armor onto the statue?
I'll say with the info you've got, you're pretty sure that if you just set the armor down and I'll turn away from it, it will put itself into position.
I will do that and tell her when to turn around.
Excellent.
Don't look, he's getting dressed.
Yes, and you hear a little whomb as you do that. And you hear the sound of stone moving. You'd watch as the pedestal with the armor now posing like the other knights sinks into the ground, and the wall behind it does as well. And what you would see behind is something. Ah, yes. Dust coats the contents of this tiny chamber, obscuring runes inscribed in the southern wall, as well as a small picture frame sitting on the ground. As you step inside, you would see what appears to be tally marks upon tally marks upon tally marks graffitied onto the walls.
Oh, this poor little fella.
But yes, there are runes. You can assume written in would be abyssal, if anyone knows
God
abyssal.
damn.
No.
I only know infernal. Damn it.
Do I know Abyssal? I do not. Never
Oh
mind.
no, wait, it would be
I
infernal.
do.
I'm sorry, it would be infernal.
Oh,
But-
bless. Balthazar can read it.
Yes. But so there's runes there. There's also a little picture frame. If anyone would like to pick that up and rub
I'm
the
just
dust
gonna
off
pick
it.
up the picture frame.
Excellent.
Uh,
It appears to be a picture of a tiefling woman with, red skin. She seems to be dressed in a nun's habit.
Oh.
There is
oh, no.
sort of a badly drawn heart in one corner and the words "the mistress" under it. But there's also now more graffiti of a frowny face drawn over her face.
Oh.
Is the marks like able to be like wiped off a little bit?
Yeah, you're able to smudge them off if you want to.
I'll smudge off the frowny face and then just kind of like, and just pocket the picture away.
Yes.
Huh.
Those of you who can read Infernal or Abyssal, I'll say actually both will work. So those of you who want to, it is a magical contract. So to learn the details, you have to know your way around magic a bit. You can roll Arcana or Religion to sort of decipher it.
Can I help Balthazar on the magic front?
Sure.
Not that I can understand it, I just like pointing out symbols.
I would say you'd need to know Infernal to help out with this, or
Balls.
yeah.
You're on your own.
This is sorry. You made it. Oh, 21.
All right. So Balthazar, you learn a couple of things from looking at this. First thing you learn is how the contract works, to the point where if you wanted to, on a short rest, you could summon Jot and attempt to bind him into a contract.
Forced adoption.
You also learn the terms of Jot's last contract. He agreed to defending the stone sarcophagus for 10,000 years or until somebody showed up in return for one forehead kiss.
This poor fiend child.
Balthazar's reading it and frowning and tilting his head, and since Einar is the closest, he hears Balthazar mumble, "Oh, you poor sucker."
Oh, there is also a very small closet-sized passageway in this room I forgot to mention that I will open up for you. Someone who is small could probably squeeze in it, but medium-sized creatures would struggle.
So it's either me or Penny. Who do you want?
Do you guys forget that I'm also small?
Yeah, no, Einar is also tiny.
Well, let's go, all three of us go together then. Small gang.
I'm all for it. Let's go.
Ina's gonna flash the picture to Balthazar with he left the hearts on it, but he did take away the face before putting it back away.
Yeah, before everyone came in, he is gonna explain to Aina the reward for the contract and why he mumbled what he did.
I don't know. A forehead kiss from this woman might have been life changing. There's a joking tone. There's just like a.
But yes. Who all would like to Oh, yeah, actually how's Ophelia doing?
Just self-loathing in a corner.
Oh no. I
Okay,
wanna if
going
there's
into an emo corner.
yeah, I was about to say if there's role play to be had there with Biner approaching them, let's dive into that.
I have no idea.
What would Biner say?
I mean, he did ask if
Yeah, he did
she
ask
is
the
okay.
question, so
Okay.
honestly, I'm not doing great.
I mean, I saw you misfire earlier, but accidents happen. Is that what's wrong? Is there
It's
something else?
it's that I took someone down with my own hands. And someone who I'm supposed to trust, and they're supposed to trust me. And I promised it wasn't going to happen, and
Well, I hear you, but again, sometimes accidents happen. I mean, I'm impressed he one shotted the person. So, and he is being kind of a prick at times. So I think he deserved it a little bit. But don't let it eat you, because if you let that simmer there, that's just going to make it worse. I'm sure he knows it was an accident, and we know that you're a doctor. Your purpose is not to harm, especially your friends. So don't dwell on it too much. We'll be out of here soon. As soon as we clean this room up, we'll find this druid guy and get out of this horrible place. But don't please don't dwell too much on it. Here, and he'll reach in and grab a handful of peanuts and hand them to her.
she just kind of have yet again another smile. Just some of the words kind of reached her, but probably not all of it. She'll definitely still be thinking about this.
Understandable.
And she takes the peanuts. She's like, "Thank you, Benor. I'll do the absolute best that I can to not dwell on it, but it just might take some more time."
That's understandable. If you need someone to talk to, you can talk to me. I might be a little blunt sometimes on my responses. It's just my nature, but I do try to watch out for the ones around me.
It's I just sometimes don't realize how destructive magic can actually be.
That is true. And I'm sure as you learn it, you'll have even more possibility of destruction, but you're also, I assume, will be able to do wonderful things with that magic, and someday you'll, maybe someone might be on the brink of death, and your magic will save that person and bring them back or something. It's don't lose faith.
You like unintentionally kind of like crushed her a little bit.
Oh no.
Like she reacts kind of like really negatively to it. Not like it's just she's like just demoralized.
Would he be able to see that on her face?
Oh yeah, it's just clear.
He'll be like, no, I don't mean it as in a bad way at all. And when I said, like, so near the brink of death, not from your cause or anything, and I don't know what to say correctly. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mess you up more.
It's okay. Just Einar wasn't the first person that's fallen to my hands.
Oh. I'm sure the other time was an accident too, right?
Yeah, it was an accident.
Is that why you left?
She'll kind of chuckle a little bit. I left because of the spell. Or the magic. I don't know if it was an actual spell, but the magic of the song compelled me to leave.
The magic of the song. That's interesting. I would love to hear more about that, but I'm sure knowing Penny, she's probably getting into something. We probably should try to refocus. But I would like to hear about this song that you mentioned.
It
Maybe
was the
maybe
song
later.
from the room.
Hmm?
It was the song from the room.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant.
She's
I thought you
actually
were talking
just,
about the first time you
laughing
killed
now.
somebody. Oh, okay. I thought you meant the first time you killed somebody or knocked him down. You heard a song. I'm sorry.
No.
Ricky is just petting Peaches with wide eyes as he listens in on this. Like, I'm not gonna get involved.
Yeah, that song was interesting.
Chumbo Wumbo.
Yeah.
Should we catch up to the rest of the group as much as we can?
It's just as you say this. Penny, you stick your head out the other side of the hole and look around this room before you. You see violet marble tiles cover the floor and walls. The walls are cracked and broken, revealing rough-hewn stone beneath. Sconces are attached to the walls at each corner. One holds a torch that burns with greenish fire. There's a marble sarcophagus, easily 9 feet long, lies in the room's center. It is carved with dragon imagery, and the head of the sarcophagus resembles a dragon's head. Rusting iron clasps firmly lock down the lid. But because you are appearing on this side, Penny, as you pop your head out, you see there is a lever right next to your head.
I'm going to pull the lever.
Excellent. You pull the lever, and I'm going to need a deck save from... No. Though I will say it might freak everyone in the other room out a little bit as the floor rumbles beneath you, and sort of jostles around as the spike trap slowly starts rising up, though the spikes remain where they are, to the point where when it gets to the top, you'd see another slab of stone coming out, covering the holes that the spikes are on and revealing a relatively safe path to get towards the sarcophagus, if y'all would like to take it.
Are you ready, Ophelia?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. And as you all converge on the sarcophagus room, we're going to go ahead and end the session there for today.
No.
Yeah, sarcophagus opening time can be next week. But we are going to do stars and wishes before we wrap up. So, stars for me today. A big star for me was I love that you found Jot's secret. I love it when people find Jot's secret. It's my favorite. So kudos to y'all for that. And kudos to y'all for going back to pick up all that loot that you missed in the rat chamber. Very nice. My wishes for
Yay.
next week. I'm excited for y'all to figure out all the stuff that I've got packed into the sarcophagus. Because it's a lot. But yeah, that's me. So we're going to go down and start with RJ this week. RJ, any stars or wishes?
My star for the day was getting one-shotted by a party member. It was
Oh, yeah.
funny. It was really funny. I was
Dude,
like, it's either going to
your
be
health.
me or the person with literally double my health next to me. I also loved that Jot did everything for her head kiss.
Yep.
Yes.
Uh,
That poor little thing.
you see why he was so embarrassed. That'll bring us up, though, to Corey. Corey, any stars or wishes for today?
My stars was like the RP with everybody. I thought it was all really, really good.
Yeah.
And then I mean, I'm assuming, but now my wish next week is to get into some combat, more combat.
War combat. So you can blow up Ina again?
Exactly. Exclusively target Ina.
Can't wait. Alright. That'll bring us up to Migs. Anything for you, Migs?
Definitely all the RP, and I really enjoyed the puzzles in this one. I'm a sucker for puzzles.
Super
My
happy to hear
wish
that.
is to open this damn sarcophagus already, though, Derek. Come on, I just want to open it.
Let's go. Let's do it now.
Let's do it right now,
More
Derek.
combat.
You'll
Split
get
it open.
there. You'll get there.
I need my fix, man.
That'll bring us up.
Listen, we gotta pull the same shit that happened in Critical Role. One of us has to die when we open that sarcophagus.
Speaking of, that'll bring us up to Cosmic. Any stars or wishes for you?
Same as everyone's been mentioning. RP has been fantastic. The one
Yeah.
with Ina and Balthazar was good. Also the one with Biner and Ophelia.
Yes.
My wish is to see what happens with the sarcophagus and see if poor Ina gets rid of that curse. What that's going on with him, and maybe Balthazar and Ophelia. Because trauma buddies.
Trauma buddies. Yay.
Well, really though, I think everyone has some sort of trauma.
Yeah.
So far, there is a trauma trio.
Urki has a lot too.
Yes, all
Yeah.
the trauma.
For
Yeah.
Urki.
But that will bring
I
us.
am excited for the battle.
Oh yes. But that'll bring us up to Jennifer. Any stars or wishes for you?
No wishes, stars, just the same as everybody else.
Okay. And last but not least, for Chris, any stars or wishes for you?
Yeah, the role playing again was good, and looking forward to peeling back the Ophelia
Onion layer.
onion layer. Yeah,
Yeah.
on that one. And maybe at some point, my newer will actually get some charisma. But yeah, wishes. Yeah, looking forward to probably fighting something nasty inside of this tomb.
Oh
You
yeah.
have to fight a skeleton man. Used to be a pretty boy, now he's just two.
Yeah.
Would be great. All right. Well, thank you all so much for sharing, and thank you for running today. Thank everybody for watching. I'm actually gonna get us into our our wind down. But before I do that, no, I'm going to be in chat talking with folks and doing that. But first, we're going to make sure we don't keep our players any longer than we have to. Thanks, everybody, for coming. And as always, big thanks to the artists that have been helping us out. We use a lot of stuff from Greek for Six, because that's where we get Peach's token from, and some of the other ones. And also a big shout out to our player artists and all the other players for just putting on a great show. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you for DMing.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Derek.
Thank you.
Alright.
I'm gonna wind down in 3, 2, and 1.